Reading next will be John Hall for Dr. Abduljalil Al-Singace.
With this special thanks to Kat Lucas for keeping me up to date with Dr. Al-Singace's situation, and to Camilla and Lara Nelson for offering me some guidance on pronunciation. What little I know of Dr. Abduljalil Al-Singace. I know that he has great ethical, intellectual, psychological, and physical courage. That this courage is seen as such a threat to a particular regime that his acts of speaking and writing have somehow to be silenced. For example, with life imprisonment, placing him out of communication. Because his acts of courage are exemplary, that is, they draw attention to conditions that are repeated or threatened elsewhere in the world. They resonate well beyond the confines of the regime that suppresses him. The regime I refer to can be called Bahrain. Bahrain is an archipelago in the Persian Gulf, linked to Saudi Arabia by a bridge that bears the name of the King of Saudi Arabia. Bahrain now also has a king, the title adopted in 2002 by the family of Al Khalifa, who have been one way or another ruling since 1783. Conversion from emirate to kingdom was effected through a national action charter, supported, so it is said, by 98.4% of the people. According to Wikipedia, as of 2010, roughly half of the cabinet ministers have been selected from the Al Khalifa family. Political parties are not permitted in Bahrain, though political associations are. Al-Wafaq is the largest political association. Dr. Al-Singace was for a while on its board of directors. Dr. Al-Singace was Associate Professor of Engineering at the University of Bahrain and Chief of the Mechanical Engineering Department until he was demoted in 2009, following his visit to Geneva. In 2005, Dr. Al-Singace joined HAT Movement for Liberty and Democracy and became head of its Human Rights Bureau. Dr. Al-Singace was arrested in January 2009 on charges that he had participated in a terror plot and that his blog articles had incited hatred against the regime. He was eventually released. In August 2010, Dr. Al-Singace visited London to speak at a conference held in the House of Lords. A 7-minute clip on YouTube suggests that his aim was to incite truthfulness rather than hatred. In it, without special pleading, he gives a thoughtful, measured account of methodologies of silencing and suppression that include isolation, physical torture, sexual abuse and humiliation through public nakedness. On Dr. Al-Singace's return from the conference, he was arrested at Bahrain International Airport on the grounds that he had abused the freedom of opinion and expression prevailing in the kingdom. In 2011, he was arrested, allegedly tortured and sexually abused, and sentenced to life imprisonment for pro-democracy activism. He was held incommunicado until February 2011, when he was released for a month before being rearrested on the grounds that he was plotting to topple the government. The sentence was confirmed on appeal to the National Safety Court. His own lawyer was subsequently also imprisoned. On 21st March 2015, Dr. Al-Singace went on hunger strike as a response to police subjecting inmates of the Central Jour prison to collective punishment, humiliation and torture. According to the Bahrain Mirror, Dr. Al-Singace ended his hunger strike on January 28, 2016, after 313 days. He was transferred to a police clinic for treatment of his many severe symptoms. Dr. Al-Singace had polio in childhood and usually uses a wheelchair or crutches. For strategic and commercial reasons, the UK has long had a stake in Bahrain, culminating in its status as a British protectorate. Technically, independence from the UK took place as recently as 1971. In 2012, bilateral trade between the countries was said to be worth 884 million. On 11th October 2012, a defence cooperation agreement was signed between Bahrain and the United Kingdom to promote, among other things, intelligence sharing and joint training of military forces. On 12th March this year, less than 3 weeks ago, there were more grounds for serious concerns for Dr. Al-Singace's health. According to his family, he was urgently transferred to a military hospital where the prison authorities refused to allow him to attend a hospital appointment unless he wore prison uniform and went in handcuffs. A person of such courage and principle, he refused. In recent days, it appears the authorities will on this occasion allow special procedures. The appointment could go ahead. In the family's view, this change of heart would in part have been due to pressure from Penn.